the show for real estate entrepreneurs. I've got a pretty hardcore real estate audience, and so when I posted this interview, I got a ton of questions that people wanted to ask. One of them was from Andrew Greer, and he said, "What's the craziest thing you've done to land a deal?" You've flown to England, you've done all sorts of just wild things, but what's one that really stands out to you? Is something going above and beyond to get a deal?
I went to China once and got kidnapped and taken to Pudong, and had to flag a taxi down in the middle of a Chinese highway. I don't speak Chinese. That was probably the craziest thing I've ever done. But I put up my own money to get that apartment into contract, which was terrifying. And so I needed that deal to go through. And I sold his apartment. I sold his son an apartment in the city. So I knew they had the money. I knew they were real. I just knew they were really, really busy. And so I got on a plane and flew to China and got that done. But man, I will go above and beyond for any client and do anything. Like, I don't care what it is. Like I have a showing tonight at 10 p.m. Do I want to show a house tonight at 10 o'clock? No. Are there other things I could be doing? Yes. But is it a potential deal? And does it go a long way to show my seller that I'm committed? Yeah. So guess what? I'm going to be there because it's my job. It's the career. It's what I signed up to do. I don't put anything else ahead of the career. Right? It is incredibly, incredibly important to me. What else have I done that's crazy? I don't know. A lot of it would revolve, I think, just around. I'm sure there are 1,000 deal stories of like pure torture and fire I could walk you through, but a lot of it's around travel too, which is something we talk about. We have a large online education platform for people where we teach people how to sell the same way I sell in New York City and help people build their sales careers. And we've got a new course coming out on Thursday morning, actually, about how to sell and how to win in a low inventory market that I just made because it's super timely. And it's really difficult right now. It's like everything's great, but it's also really hard because how do you get a buyer's deal across the table? How do you get a seller to even want to list with you, et cetera? And one of the things we talk about in there is how simple and easy it is now, if you know the right steps, to expand your marketplace, right? You might have a low inventory market where you are right now, but maybe in that town or in that city, through a series of different connections, you can do business in other places. And all it comes down to is expanding your personal brand and opening up your network and a bunch of other things we go into the course. But like, for example, I had a client who wanted a rental apartment on the Upper East Side in January of this year. So a couple months ago, 6 months ago. And, it's not a low inventory market in New York City. There's tons of options, but he didn't really like any of them. And then we just started talking about where he would go and what he would do. And I was like, why are you staying in New York City? And he started talking about the taxes and this and that. Long story short, I brought up Florida, where I'm not from. I'm not a broker in Florida, right? I run a real estate firm that's based in New York City. I've done deals in Florida. And I was like, why don't we go check out Florida? There's houses in Florida we could go look at. And I had no idea if he would ever actually buy anything. He's a renter, okay? Rental client, expensive, looking at big rentals. He said, okay, send me some things. So I sent him a bunch of random stuff, huge, expensive things, because why not? It was like a Tuesday. Thursday morning, he's like, let's go. We're going to Florida right now. Like, right now? He's like, yeah, right now. So we jumped on an airplane, went down to Florida, and within 24 hours, I had sold him a house for just under $140 million. Ooh. And that was the craziest 24-hour span of my entire life. But had I not brought up Florida, had I not brought up other opportunities, had I not made him look at me like I am his executive vice president of real estate versus just a local realtor, ooh, he never would have said, hey, yeah, let's go. Right. So it's how do you change the work and how do you flip that mindset for your clients so that you're not seen as the one who does open houses, right? You're seen as the one who manages their real estate portfolio. Like when they think real estate, they think you. How do you do that? And that's something that we focus on a lot.
Yeah, I love what you just said right there. I want to be the executive VP of real estate, not just the local realtor. Love that. To watch this full Founders Club interview, click the link in the description below. And while you're here, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for future videos.